What is up, YouTube? Today we are reacting to Unavoidable School Experience. Fuck! Unavoidable School Experiences by Roa. Fuck you. Nah, I'm being dead ass. Fuck you. Ugh. Rody. I don't give a shit if that's how you say it. I give up. I give up. I give up. I'm not good with names. Right, lock in.
Bro, there is nothing
That's loud as fuck, bro. That's loud as shit.
more annoying than
It's not loud for you, chat, but it's definitely loud for me. But, yeah, sorry, YouTube. I didn't mean to bully you there. Let's lock in.
being accused of having a crush on the chopped cheese at school. This literally happened to me in 7th grade. I was taking an exam in math class, and right underneath the clock on the wall, the most chopped, wildebeest looking creature was sitting. Let's call her Roz. To pace myself during the exam, I would look at the clock every couple minutes to make sure I would finish in time. You can probably tell where this is going. At lunch the same day, one of Roz's friends came up to me and asked, "Hey, do you have a crush on Roz? She told all of us that you kept staring at her during the math exam." Are you actually kidding me right now? Roz had been telling every girl in our grade that I had a...
Lo and behold, luckily enough, I've never had to deal with this. You want to know why? Because not even any of the ugly girls wanted me, bro. I'm joking. Some of them did, but they just knew they couldn't have me. Yeah, they just knew. I say that while fixing my hair like I'm insecure. I can assure you I'm not. I don't give a shit. No, but there was a couple people in our schools that, you always get one of those girls who are like, I'm so pretty, I'm so this. Bet they're like 300 pounds. I'm not one to bully somebody, but I am one to be realistic when necessary. You're gassing up your friend. You're so skinny. Sure as hell not. This person could be a competition for, I don't know, Eddie Hall's next weight he's lifting. Maybe. But no. It's all love. It's just she can't even get a bus to school. She has to get a tow truck. Okay, I need to stop. No, I'm sorry. There wasn't actually. I'm not actually bullying the person here. I'm just making fun of a fat person in my mind. Stop. I'm stopping. All right. I'm sorry. That was not necessary. I'm sorry.
crush on her. I would rather share a cell with Fleece Johnson than have these rumors surrounding my name.
In his prison, booty was more important than food.
Yo, where is this prison? I'm asking for a friend, of course. Where is this prison? Just to make sure I know not to go there. I need to know where this prison is. Right? I need to know.
Okay, maybe not. I told her friend that I obviously don't have a crush on her. I was just trying to look at the clock, but it was too late. The damage had been done. Over the next week, I literally had to go on a campaign around my grade trying to clear my name. I was literally posting Snapchat stories telling everyone that I don't have a crush on her. The funniest thing is, the older I've gotten, the more I realized that this happens to...
Fuck this. This has actually never happened to me. Happened to one of my pals. But he got hanged with like a person that was big, kind of noticeably a large appetite, but he also had a noticeably large appetite, right? So they were kind of a match made in heaven. It's just sometimes the match would be a boxing match of whoever's getting the next McChicken. Hello? I can see you. As I was saying, the matchup would be who's ever is getting the next McChicken. It wasn't necessarily, compatible. Plus, it was more of a joke than an actual serious relationship, so...
Over the years, I've made a number
But
of
you could
friends
tell he
who've
was
also
actually kinda
been accused
nervous.
of having a crush on the most karate-chopped looking creatures. At this point, I'm afraid it might be an unavoidable part of the school experience. It's like watching crazy fights. Now, I never got into a fight at school. I was always a little too chill, a little too nonchalant to be doing devious activities like that. But when it came to watching fights, you know your boy gotta get the best seat in the house.
I actually never been in a fight either. But I never got the best seat in the house because for some reason I would always fucking miss them. That might sound like bad, like as in like, oh, why would you want to see a fight? Why the fuck would you not? I know it's not smart. I know it's not, it's nice. It's not nice and everything. People shouldn't be fighting. I still want to see that shit though. I don't want to miss that. Fuck no. But I always would miss them, and I got really mad at that.
The craziest fight I ever witnessed happened at lunch in 8th grade. You see, there was this kid in my grade named Zach. He was one of those kids that would misbehave so much that he couldn't be in regular classes and had to be in his own supervised classes. He was always skipping, and I'd see him hanging out in the gym or bathroom every once in a while. Now, it turns out that Zach had made beef with this kid Angel and his friends. Now, I don't know the details, but what I do know is that he told them that he was gonna pull up on them during lunch. You could say a lot of things about Zach, but what you couldn't say was that he wasn't a man of his word. I still vividly remember that day. I was playing NBA Jam on my phone at lunch in the cafeteria, and out of nowhere I hear kids cheering and screaming. I had no
I don't know if there's ever been a fight in our cafeteria. It was always outside. There was always an outside part of our school, and everyone used to always have it there. But the teachers used to have that shit on lockdown. So as soon as it happened, they'd have that shit locked down. But it would go for like a wee bit.
clue what was going on, so I turn around and I see Zach running full sprint followed by 2 teachers. He runs across the cafeteria right towards Angel, and they immediately start throwing hands. Everyone is going crazy cheering them on, and then Angel's friend Raul, who was about 6'2", 180 pounds,
6'2" in S1. Nah, that shit's wild. No, that shit is wild. 6'2". 6'2".
lifts Zach above his head and slams him on the floor like he's the Undertaker. At this point, the teachers finally grab a hold of Zach, and we're all standing there like we just witnessed the rumble in the jungle. Every time I talk to someone I went to middle school with, I ask them if they remember that fight, and they
Best fight I've ever seen, right? These are 2 people that used to go to our school, and they were kind of older, and these boys were having a fight after school. Yo, see when this boy that was fighting on was also known for fighting, right? He was known for beating people's asses. So see when we went there was a fucking circle of people. That shit was a crowd, right? It was like a fucking boxing arena made it. This fucker definitely did something before it, but more of the story, you just see him charge. The boy tanks it. Takes it right back. Honestly, they're going at it. The boy goes like that, gets him in a headlock. Grabs him, right? Chucks him on his back. Like actual WWE slams this motherfucker. Oh shit! This motherfucker got slammed. Dead ass. He lost, bro. I would have never came back to school after that. I mean, totally dead ass. I would have never came back. Never. That shit was wild. The other second, like, best fight, it was like 2 pairs of lasses, but like it was most likely because of her sister. There was twins, and more of the story. These 2 lasses were gonna fight. One was the sister, and one was another random lass, right? And see the twin of the sister. This other lass had a pal, eh? So her twin's like, if her pal jumps in, I'm jumping in. More of the story. The fight's happening. They're done. They've called it a day. So her pal comes in to try help her up. This twin just took it as a motherfucking thing that she's going for her sister. She came in and decked that motherfucker. Straight on. Decked that motherfucker. Holy shit, it was like on sight. That shit was wild. That shit was a good fight though.
they always do. It's become like
It was like no hair pulling and all that shit was just straight hands.
a core memory for us. Another core memory to everyone I went to school with has got to be the Williams Challenge. Now, unless you were in middle or high school in Plano, Texas in 2018, you probably have no clue what I'm talking about. And after I tell you, you're gonna wish you still had no clue what I'm talking about. The Williams Challenge wasn't really a challenge. It was an incident that happened at Williams High School where one male student gave another male student $20 to give him Gluck Gluck in a bathroom stall.
Hell no! Yo, prosties are less.
While a third guy recorded. Now,
What was that needed for?
somehow this video got leaked and went quadruple platinum on Snapchat. I actually never got the video
That'd be some,
because
like,
I
fucking
wasn't trying to
trending
get
shit.
mixed up in all that, so I actually never saw the video. But the incident became legendary in my school district.
Yo,
The
what's
term
his fault?
Williams Challenge became commonplace in our vocabulary, and someone even made an Urban Dictionary post about it. As wild as that story is, I think we can all agree that $20 is $20. It's honestly crazy how quickly rumors spread throughout a school, and it's not just students. Teachers get it the worst. Because students have have nothing better to do, they'll just make stuff up about their teachers. One time some kids found out
We used to call this one teacher like a kind of creep. We used to have this one teacher, right? We used to call him a creep. We used to call him an actual creep, right? And then he got convicted as being a pedophile. So I think we kind of made a guess and it was right. So we're going to cut that there. But we definitely used to call another couple of teachers pedophiles that probably weren't. But again, it doesn't really matter.
where one of our teachers lived,
No, it
and
does
they would
matter.
post pictures of his house.
There was an instance actually at my sportathon where it was a joke. We were inside the changing rooms. We were winning in points, by the way. We were getting changed in the changing rooms. The lassie teacher opened the door, but not fully. Like she creeps it open. She's like, "You boys okay in there?" Yep. My pal goes, pedo. Don't know why. He did. More of the story. We came out. Somebody farts. Oh, what the hell, man? Boys! Okay! We're dead. We are dead. We are crucified. We all get the line up on this fucking balcony bit, lined up on the railing. Do you boys find that funny? Nobody says anything. Do you boys genuinely think that? Nobody says anything. Well, I want to hear it. Do you genuinely think that of me? Nobody says anything. Well, is that all you're gonna do? Just not take accountability for it? Do you genuinely believe that is true? Nobody says anything, and I'm like, fuck! I've got to speak up. I'm like, no, what do we think of what? She goes, do you genuinely think I'm a pedo? No, of course not. It was just a wee shitty joke. We didn't actually mean it. She goes, okay, that's what I wanted to hear. Now we get back in there. I go to my pal, you need to fucking apologise to her. Me and my other pal stayed back like, we're sorry. It wasn't us that said it, but I do apologise for, like, you know, being there and kind of letting that happen and go on. And she was like, no, it's fine. It's a serious accusation and everything, blah, blah, blah. More of the story, half our points got deducted and we lost. I don't really care about the punishment. I do care about the punishment. That's what I'm saying. I do regret my actions, as in you shouldn't have said that. But come on, did you have to make us lose the sportathon? That wasn't needed. We were fucking excelling compared to their teams. Yet you fucking done us in like that. Bro, salty, man.
On Snapchat, which was weird enough, but on top of that, they said they saw him inside his house gooning. Obviously, they just made that up, but kids want to believe stuff like that, so that just became his reputation after that. Being a teacher in the big 2025 is honestly terrifying. I mean, you just gotta
especially with all the brain rot kids and that shit
know that
nowadays,
your
and all the
kids
TikTok influence and that for like stealing shit and all that.
are gonna do full background checks on you and find out every little detail about your life. Boundaries do not exist anymore. Speaking of not having boundaries, you remember those kids in elementary school that would pull their pants all the way down at the urinal?
Yes, one boy used to do it, but we can't really do anything because he did have autism. I'm not making a joke, by the way, but that was like the only person in our school that done that. To be honest, I don't think anyone else done it. Nobody else done it. I think he was the only one that done it. But again, obviously, he didn't really have the self-awareness to know.
Bro, you cannot
That
be
was wrong.
double-cheeked up in a public bathroom. I never even understood this. Even at 5 years old, you should know how to hold up your pants. I saw a kid doing this as old as 8th grade. At that point, it's time to hop on the short bus, my guy. You are not ready for general pop. Unfortunately, these guys aren't even the most annoying people in bathrooms. I mean, how can we forget the vape fiends who turn the
Oh yeah, see in the bathroom. See the main bathroom that we had. That shit was never usable for a bathroom. Fuck no. That shit was never usable for a bathroom. You'd have to go into a cubicle or something instead of using like the fucking urinals. You have to go into a cubicle with a toilet, but even that is still fucked. You wouldn't need that. You just go to a different toilet.
entire bathroom into a cloud? Or what about that one guy who just randomly has like a barbershop business in there? Like, I respect your hustle, get your bag, but who wants to get their hair cut while mans is taking a dookie 5 feet away? Honestly, to me, the most
Shout out, man.
annoying guys in bathrooms are the ones that are just standing there doing nothing. They're probably skipping class, which is whatever, but why do you gotta camp out in here? Do you know how uncomfortable it is to try to pee while bro is literally standing over my shoulder? Like, don't you have
I fucking hate it. I can't. I've seen like public bathrooms nowadays. I can't do urinals. I hate them. Unless I'm alone, I cannot do urinals. I hate them. I always go to a cubicle if there's one available. If there's not, then I'll do a urinal. But if I can't, I'd go to a cubicle. I fucking hate
Have a
it.
test to take or something? Speaking of tests, whoever invented these things needs to be publicly executed. I mean, these things are completely pointless, especially for subjects like social studies.
I used to excel in class in math, but I was fucking ass on tests, so it fucked me over.
You literally just memorize the entire unit the night before the test and forget everything as soon as you turn it in. This leads to those days where you wait until the morning of your test to open your textbook and realize there's no chance you're gonna learn the material in time, so you just give up on studying and just rely on your test-taking strategies and deduction skills to get you through it. Now, most of the time this completely fails, but the few times you do well on a test after going in raw makes you feel like you have the IQ to understand.
Yo, what the
Rick and
fuck is this
Morty.
guy
But
talking
the
about?
opposite is also true, and whenever you study for a test and then fail, makes you really consider if you should become a professional risk taker instead of going to college.
I'm a risk taker.
34. Okay, what do you do?
I used to supervise a little bit, but it was only the only classes that I passed were classes that I would excel at, and it was usually design and manufacture or fucking some practical class like woodwork or metalwork.
I am a risk taker. I'm a road runner.
I actually have a really funny prom story, so if you want to see that in my next video, let me know down below. And follow me on Instagram.
What was that? Oh shit, I didn't notice that. Anyways, chat. That was a pretty good video. Nah, I see when testing that, I was more of a shit. That looks right. If I had to guess it, I would always go, nah, that one looks right. Oh, that looks like the answer. Or I would like if it was like when I had to write out about we'll do about half the question, then maybe I'll get a mark. After that, that shit was gone. That I would just write shit and hope it would work. See, like maths, like the formulas and shit, I would just be like, that looks like a formula. If I can remember a formula, there's a slight chance it's it, I'm writing that shit down. Because you get a point for the formula or some shit, so I used to always write it down. But anyways, chat, W video.